Hey everybody, this is Michael Ray. Today we're going to talk about call logs and call result reporting and why this is so important. The call log is information that is recorded into a task in Salesforce telling specific metrics about specific calls. Some of the things that are included in this call task are the call date and time, the duration of the call, how long the call lasted, the phone number that was dialed. Those are all added automatically. There's 16 optional data points that can be added automatically. You just have to set up those fields in Salesforce. We'll go over that a bit later. As well as any standard Salesforce task field data that is entered in the call result panel, which we'll also talk about later. In the call result panel, we can also add a specific call result and notes provided by the agent. So let's go ahead and look at a call log. Here's a sample task call on an outbound call that was placed. At the top, we have basic information. This is all available right out of the box with the pre-installed Salesforce package. Things like the call dial number, the ring time, the call result, call type, whether it was outbound or inbound. Several different metrics are available there. Then I have my optional outbound call data and my inbound call data, those 16 fields that I told you just a minute ago that you could add. So let's jump into what those fields are. We have things such as the phone dialed, the dialer type, whether it's click-to-call power dialer, the name of the list, or the query. It'll actually include both if they're called out of a Seeker Domino list. The day of the week that the call was placed, so we know when we're calling, and was local presence used on this particular call. And we have a few more inbound related fields. We know what inbound number was dialed, how long that person waited on hold before that call was accepted by a rep, if that call failed over, what number that failed over to, what the inbound caller ID was, the number of the person calling us, and the call path name that call came into. We also have 4 checkboxes, whether the call was answered, failed over, if it was a route to last owner on the inbound call, or if it was a route to the last caller. When it comes to recording call results, there's some great benefits that come from that. It allows you to know what happened with a particular call. Did we reach the correct contact? Was it busy? Was it an invalid phone number? It allows us to reach a higher level of reporting. We'll jump into some advanced reports here in a minute. We can do analytics on lead sources and also provides for coaching opportunities for reps. The standard call result fields look like this. You have the call result, which is a drop-down field, and there's the subject, which is a text box where the rep can summarize the call, just a one-sentence description. There's also a comments description section where they can write in more detail if needed. One thing that is extremely helpful with using call results is to make the call result drop down, that one field, make that required for the reps under managed dialer panels. This requires them to enter that data instead of just skipping over it because they don't want to take the time to do it. The options available in the call result, these are preset and cannot be changed, are things such as, is the call busy? Did we leave a voicemail or leave a live message with a person? Did we have a bad or a wrong number? Was there no answer? Did the phone just keep ringing? We have contact and correct contact. These are the two that often hang up reps the most, and it's important that they know what the difference is between the two. Contact is if you talk to a person, but it was somebody other than the target contact who you were calling for. And the correct contact is if you reach that target contact. We can also set the result if there was a callback set on the particular call or if that call was transferred to another agent. So there's 6 helpful reports that are available right out of the box. You'll find those in Salesforce. On the Reports tab, there will be a folder called Sales Acceleration Reports. There's several other reports in here, but these are 6 specifically based on call result. If call result is not being used or has not been used in the past, these reports will yield little value. Hence the need to use the call result in the day-to-day calling for your reps. The first is correct contact by time of day. This is extremely helpful because it tells us what hour of the day are our reps making contact with the most people. The examples that I will show you here on these reports is actual client data and exactly what they are finding by using call results. In this example, we can see that during the 10 a.m. hour, the highest percentage of calls are correct contacts, followed closely by the 11 o'clock hour, and then again the 5 o'clock hour and after 5. We can see the correct contact by dial attempt. This tells us how many call attempts we should be placing to our prospects before giving up. As we can see in this example, calling even 20 times is very productive. Lots of contacts are still being made. We can see the correct contact percentage by rep. This shows us which reps are making contact with the right person every time they get on the phone. The average talk time per correct contact. This can be very helpful because we can see who is not keeping people on the phone when they have placed a call. We can also see who is spending possibly too much time on the phone and is being less effective because they're spending time with people that are not the right fit. And we can see the immediate response results. We can see how responding quickly impacts our correct contacts. Best practice says that if we call a new lead in less than 5 minutes, we're much more likely to contact them as opposed to waiting until the next day. You can see right here that 95% of this client's calls were being connected if they called within 5 minutes. If they waited 20 to 25 minutes, only about 20% of their calls were being answered. And the final report is the call result percentage by average duration. This is one that can lead to rep coaching opportunities. For instance, in this screenshot here, the two outliers at the very top of the screen are both reps that are spending an abnormal amount of time leaving voicemails. Over 400 seconds, almost 500 seconds that they are spending leaving voicemails. So this tells me that they're either leaving very long voicemails that aren't necessary, or more likely they're just defaulting to the left voicemail call result because it's the first one in the list. It gives me a chance to go coach them and help them to do that correctly. When we use call result, it's going to bring lots of value to the business because the additional value can be there in the data. We can know what is working for our reps, what is not working, and help us to change our process as we go about that. If you'd like more information on using call results, visit our community site at community.insidesales.com. And like always, if you need some help getting this set up and start using call results, give our support line a call toll free at 866-593-2807.